Edo Freedom House. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for sharing, thanks for viewing, thanks for liking, thanks for leaving a comment. Tinubu speaks on Buhari's election. My people, now good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Tinubu says he did not spend 33 billion naira on Buhari's election. According to the former state governor, this is a fabrication against his person. Going further, Tinubu insists Nigerians to elect Buhari. Another breaking news. The main reason Buhari dissolved APC NWC. As a member of the dissolved committee, Malam Lare Issa Unu said that the move support by the ruling party's NEC came at the right time. It was believed that APC was not in its best state when its National Working Committee was dissolved by President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday, June 25th. Quoting the president, Isaku said that the APC was actually handing on a cliff due to the internal crisis and rival. Headlines: APC crisis. This is what is fueling APC crisis. Waziri Bulama makes stunning revelations. A chieftain of APC, Waziri Bulama, has revealed what is fueling crisis within the APC. The immediate past national secretary of the party said that the Buhari's position on 2023 is one of the factors fueling the crisis. Bulama noted that the interests in the party are very diverse and varied. Back to the news of today. Tinubu, following the allegations that he sponsored the elections of Muhammadu Buhari, he denied the reports. The national leader of All Progressive Congress said he did not spend 35 billion on the 2015 and 2019 as being claimed. According to a report, Tinubu was reported to have said this while having a discussion with BC Akanda, former interim chairman of the APC. He was also reported to have accused the president of betraying him, the cable's report. However, Tinubu, in a statement by his spokesman Tunde Rahama, Tinubu disclaimed the claims. The author of the Liberian's report claimed Ashawaju made the allegation in discussion with the former APC interim chairman, Chief Basi Akande. The statement reads, firstly, no one person elected President Buhari. He was elected by the generality of Nigerian electorate. He had no reason to regret the rightful decision or describe President Buhari as ungrateful. He remained steadfast in his support for the president and the programs and policies of his administration has been led. Meanwhile, a civil society organization, Center for Public Trust, has lamented that the current crisis in the ruling APC is the handiwork of organized centrifugal force who are interested in capturing the presidency in 2020. This was contained in a statement issued by the acting senior program officer of the group, Mr. Simon Pam, titled APC Crisis, The Hand of Esau and the Voice of Jacob. The non-profit group expressed fear as the turn of events in the APC and predicted that the crisis in Edo State may lead to a needless bloodshed during the forthcoming election. They called on security agencies to stay on alert and avert any outbreak of disorder. Furthermore, the statement warned that Nigerians should be aware that those behind the current crisis are part of a plot coordinated and formed by a man who wants the soul of the APC at all costs to further the nest of his 2023 ambition. These well-known merchants of mischief and apostle of primitive accumulation should come clear and stop the proxy war now, the group said. The group further stated that many observers are watching and waiting keenly for the cataclysmic implosion of the APC. According to the statement, the characters who are faces of the crisis, especially Igor Aguma and Hilad Etta, are dubious political jobbers with a long history of duplicity. The group observed that while it is not their duty to meddle into internal issues of a political party, discerning Nigerians can see through what is going on. The group warned those it described as political traders to spare suffering Nigerians a moment to cope with the ongoing health and economic crisis arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. The ruling party has been embroiled in several shades of political conflict among contending forces in the forthcoming elections in Edo State. The CPT said it will be deploying 200 election observers during the forthcoming elections in Edo and Ondo states. That's for the news. And those of you who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Those of you who haven't subscribed, thank you too for subscribing. The reason Buhari dissolved APC NWC chieftain finally opens up. Malam Lare Isa Onilu, the former spokesman of the defunct National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress (APC), has that the dissolution of the organ was timely. Isa Onilu noted that just as President Muhammadu Buhari mentioned in his recommendations on Thursday, June 25th, the ruling party was at the verge of eating the rock, with many litigations from rival factions, court orders and counter orders. The former NWC member said, like the president said, the party was ominously hanging on a cliff and was expected something had to give away because the APC could not have continued along that obvious path of destruction. He went on to say that President Muhammadu Buhari's recommendation was based on legal advice and painstaking consultation, and as such were well thought of. Meanwhile, it reports that following the dissolution of the APC NWC, Victor Gardon has reacted saying, "No victor, no vanquished." It was recalled that at the National Executive Council NEC meeting, Gardon confirmed, which was attended by the President, the leaders of the National Assembly, governors and sub-top parties chairman, APC dissolved its NWC. The drastic revelation of the party came on the heels of recommendation made by President during a crucial meeting at the Senate House. In place of the NWC, the party's NEC announced the composition of a caretaker committee to oversee a new national convention chaired by the governor of Yobe State, Alhaji Mia Bala Minu. The decision came as a shock, especially for Gordon, who has been parading himself as the party's national chairman. Reacting after the meeting in a series of tweets, Gordon said, "Against all odds, the collective decision of the entire NEC will prevail." He said, "I promise to stand by any decision taken." President Muhammadu Buhari, in his remarks, welcomed the immediate discontinuation of all pending litigations involving the party and its members, ratifying the primary election conducted in Edo State. Gardam said in a tweet, "Finally, there is no victor, no vanquished. The togetherness and cohesion of our great party has always been our prayer." But what I think is going on, some people are happy, while some people are not. And through the ongoing crisis happening in APC party, people are beginning to speak. Now, a chieftain of APC, Waziru Balima, has revealed what is happening, what is making the party crisis to be more and more. Amid the Nigerian crisis rocking the All Progressive Congress, a chieftain of the party and the immediate past secretary to the party, Waziru Bulama, said President Muhammadu Buhari's position on 2020-23 is one of the factors fueling the impasse in the ruling party. In an exclusive interview with Daily Trust, Bulama, who is one of the members of the National Working Committee dissolved by the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the APC, said there are various people and groups in the party with different needs and aspirations. It was also gathered that he said there are some who want power, there are people who only want empowerment, and there are those who want influence, employment, respect, and acknowledgement. Bulama notes that the interests in the party are very diverse and varied, adding that the pressures, interests, and demands within the 16 million registered members cause no threat to the survival of the party. He said, in quote, "I have not seen the threat of this breakup of this party, but I have seen pressures, tensions to occupy one post or the other, especially calls for why is there no NEC? Why is there no this and that? I am saying that all the 14 organs have been in comatose. The court cases are triggered by some of these interests. Some of which are political, some personal. For instance, political ambitions. Someone thinks that if he takes over the party, he can use it for this purpose or that. In quotes again. For me, a party should function like any well-established institution. When you say institution, the police, army are institution. The Federal Civil Service, with the head of the service, is also an institution. The Nigerian government with the SGF is an institution. We have not taken enough steps to make sure that the political parties are institutes, except for about 6 months ago when President Muhammadu Buhari, in addressing Shumayane and APC governors, as if he knew, said please go and institutionalize this party, because he wanted this party to become a more institutionalized institution that can stand the test of time. However, dismissed the rumor that the party may scatter after Buhari, adding that there is no doubt that President Buhari is admired personally and accepted by all members of the APC, as well as Nigerians have voted him twice. The APC chieftain said that the president enjoys not only the loyalty and support of a member, but is a binding force